Derick Giwner along with Matt Rose here at DRF headquarters to talk about the Meadowlands for Saturday. It's July the 7th. We have two divisions of the graduate final, $250,000 each on the pace and on the trot. There's also a couple eliminations for the Meadowlands pace. We're going to stick to the graduate. It starts in race number 5. Once again, $250,000 on the line. The trotters will start it off. It's a full field of 10, and I would imagine Ariana G will be your race favorite.
Yeah, these are for 4-year-old trotters. Ariana G is a mare, obviously, facing the boys. I've gone on record saying it doesn't really bother me from a handicapping standpoint. We haven't seen the official morning line yet. I assume she'll be the morning line favorite. She obviously hasn't been at her best the last couple of starts. Rather disappointing, to be honest with you. But we know what she's capable of. We know her reputation, and expect her to be probably a slight favorite here in a race that really has no standouts.
One thing I will say about Ariana G, if you look, I mean, she didn't start for 3 weeks between those two starts, June 2nd and then June the 24th, so maybe she wasn't super tight. She also had an outside post on a track that maybe doesn't favor an outside post in Harrah's, Philadelphia. So I would think we're going to see a pretty strong effort from her. I don't know if she's going to win per se, but I think we'll see a strong effort. This is an interesting field because you know the 9 Top Flight Angel and the 10 Yes Mickey, they're both likely to leave. I got to assume Ariana G is going to leave. Bill's Man is one of the horses that figures in here, and if he doesn't leave, he's coming away last.
Yeah, he's the first horse I looked at in this race. Oh, Bill's Man, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I think, you know what, he might get lost early on here because you have to figure, like you said, Top Flight Angel, Yes Mickey. I can definitely see the 10 Yes Mickey with Aki's Fonstedt trying to blast out. Yeah, you know Gingras is going to leave or float out for some sort of position. I don't know where that leaves Bill's Man. So what that leaves me with is that I think I'm going to look inside here. And I narrowed down to the 2 Dunbar Hall and the 3 Moonshiner Hanover. I think I might take a stab with Dunbar Hall. Probably would be an okay price with Jody Jameson driving. Horse has been solid, 5 wins in 10 races this year. Sorry, I got a little tangled up there. Came off a break last week at Woodbine. I'm not that concerned about that. You saw a monster close the prior 2 starts, and Jameson might be in a good spot here to fish out maybe a second over cover trip and have the most late.
I'm also looking to beat Ariana G in this spot. Not that I don't think she can win. She certainly can, but I think you're probably looking at 7-5 or so. I don't know if I'm willing to take that price. I feel like there's a few horses in here that I feel confident could probably trot a 51 mile, and I think International Money is one of them. He hasn't been really great this year. It's just okay. His last start, okay. At least he came home in 27 and change. Mm-hmm. But we know the talent's there. We know he can go that 51 mile that's going to be needed to win this race. I think he's coming along reasonably well. He hasn't been in any big stakes races yet this year. This is his first real, moment in the sun, and I don't see any reason why he can't beat this field. There's no one in here I'm scared of. I think the price should be reasonable, and I think he's worth a shot, and I'll play him with Ariana G, maybe in an exacta box as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't completely toss him, but like you said, he hasn't done much this year. We know the talent is there. We'll see if he can step it up. Moonshiner Hanover, I'm definitely using my ticket with Dave Miller driving for Chris Beaver. Saw him win a leg of the graduate easily at Tioga Downs. Speaking of talent, this guy Sordy, I don't know, I think I've given up on him. We talked about how great he was, how great he looked off a barn change, and then all of a sudden he regressed. I see break in his last 3 starts.
The ability's there,
unbelievable.
But the head just won't let him do it.
You know what? He's going to win somewhere at some point and pay like $92, and I'll probably
you're not going to have
I'll be sick about it, but geez, I don't know what to make of this horse. But I'm going to take a shot with Dunbar Hall, maybe spread underneath, extra with Ariana G. Definitely use Yes Mickey because I figure Sponsor's blasting. Bill's Man for a close, International Money, Moonshine Hanover, but we'll...
So Matt's going to use the whole field.
No.
And I'm going to go with
horses
number 4,
I'm using
International
underneath
Money.
Dunbar Hall.
He's using half the field underneath under Dunbar Hall. That's your play in race 5 at the Meadowlands.
Thanks for twisting it around as we move on to race 10.
We're going to move on to race number 10. It's the graduate final for the Pacers. There's 10 horses going to be on the gate in this field, and it's an interesting race in that we were talking about the speed in the trot final. Here we have Western Joe, Me So Fast, Bloodline, Filibuster Hanover, Highlight. All these horses figure to be showing some early speed here. It could get really interesting. Yeah,
Me So Fast, I'm not sure what he's going to do. Obviously, those are two scintillating qualifiers. We know how talented he is. We know Western Joe is going to be blasting. Filibuster Hanover has got to be blasting. There could be another horse or two that obviously takes a shot off the gate. I looked at this race a while. I didn't know where to land, and I ended up going with a horse that I wasn't thrilled about going into the Ben Franklin last couple of weeks, but kind of changed my mind a little bit. That's the 2 Don't Tell Me Again. Only 1 for 5 on the season, but it's closed really nicely. It looks like Tim Tetrick gets along with him great. Just missing his Franklin elimination. Too far back, really. Got kind of stacked up early on. Closed with plenty of pace, and I have the utmost confidence in Tim Tetrick working out some sort of perfect cover ride or something from this spot. Kind of the same way I looked in the Trot race with Dunbar Hall, and be able to launch off cover here. I think he's sharp. I think he fits with these, and I think this is a good inside post with some speed, with some not the best, the most reliable speed out there. So I'm on board with Tim Tetrick. Don't Tell Me Again.
It's interesting that we both looked at this race. We both see a wide open race, and we both landed on the same horse. I landed on Don't Tell Me Again as well. I just think there's a ton of speed in here. I think Tetrick can kind of float away, work out a good trip, maybe second over, and
exactly
and pick up the pieces in this spot. It just really looks like the perfect spot for him. He's been racing well. He raced well in the Franklin elimination, finished second, just missed. He had really no shot in the final from a tough spot trying to close from 7th. I mean, if Highlighter had drawn inside, he would have been my pick. There's no doubt in my mind. But from post 10, it makes it a really tall task. I wasn't thrilled with what I saw from Filibuster Hanover at Pocono. You know, granted he was facing older horses, you know, and it's tough, but you know what, when you go 55 to the half, you're supposed to hold on as far as I'm concerned.
I know. Now, what kind of price do we get on Don't Tell Me Again? If you saw him 20-1 in the elimination of Franklin, 20-1 in the final. Sign me up for 20-1. I don't think we're going to see that
I don't think you're going to see 20-1. Maybe 8-1.
No, I was going to say 4-1.
I think you could get 8. This is a wide open enough field that you could get a price like 8-1. And another horse that closes from off the pace, you know, who's going to be probably 40-1 is Max Jackpot. I could see him getting into the number here. It's not a horse I'm going to use on top, but if they mix it up, if Filibuster Hanover leaves and Highlighter leaves and Bloodline leaves, you know, if they're going down to the half in 53 flat or 52-4, which, like I said, it'll be 80 degrees probably. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
I'm looking maybe a different opinion with this horse. He saved ground, his rail trips in his last couple to pick up nice pieces. Maybe that's going to be the strategy. Maybe if the flow gets going, does Brett Miller want to pull off the rail?
No, I think he could sit on the rail and just, you know, horses will drift out in the stretch and he'll find his way through. And, you know, he's sitting there third at 60-1, and then you're looking at a nice trifecta.
So the talent is there, 60-1 if they drift around. I see. Listen, he raced well last week. He was 100-1 from the rail, and the Franklin finished third, beating a length and a half. Talent is there. It just needs, I think, one of those horses that needs everything to go his way.
And of course, Western Joe is another one in with a chance. He's been pretty good against the 4-year-olds this year. Finished second in the Graduate last time out. He raced well in the Confederation Cup, though things didn't go his way in the stretch.
Yeah, he's one you got to use here. I mean, he's been rock solid all season. He'll be forwardly placed. He's definitely got to be in your tickets here.
All right, so we got 2 votes of confidence for Don't Tell Me Again, number 2 in race 10. That's the Graduate Pace Final. We got the Trot Final, the Pace Final, $250,000 each. Meadowlands Pace Eliminations are on the card. 2 nice fields, 15 horses in total. We'll see how those fields shake out, and we'll talk about it next week. Good luck.